Empty cartridge right here.
Cannot run a cleaning cycle. Sony solution is empty. Please replace cartridge.
Pretty much what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to simulate a CatGenie cleaning cycle using the manual maintenance options. What we have here is a CatGenie AI that has a Sany solution cartridge that is empty. It is fully empty and it's refusing to run a cycle because, well, the Sany solution is empty and the company wants you to buy more of its solution to use its product. You cannot use you can't use any of your soap, you can't refill it yourself. It is all microchip connected, and because it's an AI, the AI model connects to the Wi-Fi, and so there's really no way to bypass it. And so forcing you to buy their Sany solution. But in their menu, there is a maintenance menu, which allows you to manually activate every feature for testing purposes and maintenance. So theoretically, if I go through the maintenance menu and simulate a cleaning cycle, then theoretically we can create like some type of Arduino board that just triggers and activates these two buttons to go through automatically this cycle. And I know that you can use Sany solution using the maintenance menu to release any type of Sany solution, even if it's empty, making it to where you can use your own solution in an empty cartridge. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that now, just for theoretical purposes, because I'm not creating an Arduino board. I'm just showing if it is possible. So this is what I'm thinking. 2 cameras. One to inspect what's happening in the bowl. A second camera directly outside the CatGenie. That one is the cat sensor to detect when the cat is entering or leaving, but it can only detect cat. The second camera would be for the bowl contents that can help us determine if it's poop or not poop, as well as what cycle it's going through during the manual testing to see if the bowl's rotating, if the water's full, etc. Then we have a microphone that would be able to hear what the CatGenie is saying, just in case if the button presser for both of these buttons doesn't do it correctly. You can rely on the microphone to so that it tells it which menu it's in. And then lastly, you can connect a smart outlet to this, and you can get a reading on when the watts are being pulled, like when it's to a certain wattage. So like, for example, since during the maintenance mode, it will automatically stop filling the bowl with water once a certain safety sensor is hit to prevent overflowing. It'll automatically stop. When it automatically stops, the watts will decrease on the outlet draw to where you can then send a signal to the Arduino board to be like, okay, if it hits this watts, it equals that it's done, or and so forth. You can do the same with the draining and the filling, that it'll automatically stop the draining, automatically stop the filling. If you see, it'll automatically stop pushing the arm down. Like even in the maintenance menu, it looks like there are still safety features enabled to prevent damaging the components during the maintenance. So you can use the power draw in a smart outlet to determine, to tell the Arduino board when things are happening and done happening. This is all pretty unnecessary and pretty crazy for a company, all because a company doesn't want to unlock its product even after the consumers purchased the product. My opinion is CatGenie should just have a purchase option after you pay for it, but an additional one-time, $100, $150 to permanently unlock your device to be used. It'll avoid all warranties. They can't help you anymore, but you can use your own Sany solution. You can refill them, and it will work permanently for that device for a one-time purchase fee. That's my opinion. To simply make it to where we don't have to go and think of things like this to avoid paying for Sany solution. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And let's see if anyone wants to make something like this, because I don't know how to do that. I'm not gonna spend all that time. I'm just gonna get a CatGenie whoosh, or just not get a CatGenie altogether, because this is still really inefficient way of doing this. And so just get a automatic cat box that uses tofu litter, and as long as your cat isn't afraid of it, you're good to go. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and access the menu.
Entering settings menu. Wi-Fi settings. Panel settings. Volume settings. Press start to change the volume. Factory default set. Cat sensor. Press start to change. Testing menu. Press start to entering testing menu. Arm test. Press start to test arm. Bowl test. Press start to test bowl. Bowl. Turning clockwise. Bowl. Stopped. Bowl. Water in sunny. Water dryer. Cat sensor. Back. Arm test. Press arm. Down. Arm. Stop. Arm. Down. Arm. Stop. Test. Bowl. Stopped. Sony solution dosage test. Press start to test Sony solution dosage. Water drainage test. Dryer test. Cat sensor back. Arm test. Bowl test. Water in test. Press start to test. Water turned on. Sony solution. Water dryer cat back. Arm test. Bowl test. Press bowl. Turning clockwise. Test. Sony solution dosage test. Press start to test Sony's dosing solution.
First thing that I would do is obviously to scoop the poop, which I did before running any cycle. Then, after the poop is scooped, I would add a little bit of water, and then immediately drain that water before the water starts hitting the plastic pellets. Well, that's one of the issues that I've noticed in the past, is that it does actually, the CatGenie automatic cycle does fill the first time around before draining the piss, the cat piss. So therefore, essentially, you're filling everything with a diluted form of cat piss, when they should do is actually drain the cat piss first with a little bit of water before filling the entire bowl with water. So that can be done with this solution. You can choose how you want to do it. If obviously you would want it to be sort of automated to where it could be controlled through Arduino, or some type of automated device to control these two buttons.
stop, arm, down, arm, stop, arm, up, arm, stop, bold test, press start to test both, bold, water in test, sunny, water drainage, dryer test, cold fan, on, low, heating, medium, heating, high, heating. Arm, up. Arm, stop, bold test, bold, stop, water in test, sunny solution dosage test, water drainage test, dryer test, fan, CAT sensor test, press start to test CAT sensor, place your hand in front of the sensor, ARV test, bold test, water in, sunny, water, dryer test, CAT sensor, off, back, press start to go back to settings menu, exit settings, press start to exit and run a finishing cycle.
See, it won't work because it's not, it's an empty cartridge.
Cycle resumed.
Right? Good old firmware. All right, so pretty much, can't run cycle, right? Still 0, still not working. That's fine. Yeah. I also wanted to notate here that I've tried other ways of bypassing this security issue by putting in like a cartridge that has at least one wash cycle left in it, hitting the play button, and then immediately swapping it with an empty cartridge to see if it would not count down that wash option. Essentially what happened is that it continued to do the wash cycle, but it did still tick down 1 from the other cartridge that actually had some washes left in it. So I'm still looking into that to see if there's any way we can trick it by, having it start a cleaning cycle on one that has a wash and then swapping it with one that has 0. Any way to get it to not tick down a wash cycle on the one that has washes left by, like unplugging it in the middle of or right at the beginning of a genuine cycle. But I do believe that it doesn't run a cycle until it already ticks down the valid sandy solution wash. So I'm not sure if there's really much of an option here, but I just wanted to check out what other options we have since we are pretty much stuck